Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the Scrap and Roll MMA podcast. I'm your host, Sky. We got your host, CJ and Jace in the building. We are back. Let's go. It is a pay-per-view week, so as usual, we are hyped. But before we get to that, we got to get to last week's episode. Now, Jason and I was on here, and we were talking about this upcoming fight card. We're talking about Khalil, and not even that serious. I just pointed out the fact that Jon Jones has come off of suspensions and went straight into title fights. So let Khalil Rountree rock. Posted a
And
little clip on our Instagram. Didn't think nothing about it. Several hours later, it was smoke. Your boy Jon Jones lost his mind, was in the comments, just being disrespectful, being a weirdo. He called me all kind of fat, big bags. Man, I forgot the screenshot. There was this one where he like called me. He had to call me big back like 5 times. He was in his feelings, and I'm thinking to myself, John, do you think that hurts me? Do you really think that you calling me fat or big back or saying that we're low lives for sitting up talking about you bothers me? And then proceeded to DM us and say that he made a phone call, and if Scrap and Roll MMA tries to be media at a UFC event, we're blocked. We'll
credentials.
never be there.
Credentials.
Oh my, that's y'all's goat.
That was wild. It was wild. I was out. I think I was at a concert, and then all of a sudden, like Sky, who for y'all who's new to the channel, Sky is my real life blood sister. She hit me up, and I just see my phone going off, and then see like notifications, bow, boom, boom. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I open my Instagram, and I see the blue check mark, Johnny Bones Jones. Right. First thing, I guess I would tell everyone who hasn't, everyone who's a part of the channel who hasn't seen the reel to go back there and just look at the reel. Tell us what you think about it. Go in the comments. John has now since deleted the majority of his comments. There are still some of his comments still there under other people. But listen, your boy was a wild boy. All I got to say is this, I guess two things about it. For one, super weird, right, for a black person to make a derogatory comment about two other black people, specifically while using black terminology. And I'm not talking about what's up, NA. You know what I mean? It was like, y'all black clowns, it's just like, bro, that's some Sean Strickland energy. Why are you bringing that here? And secondly, I don't give up who you are. Nobody is going to disrespect my sister, including you, Bones Jones, including you. So if y'all was in the comments, you see, like, I was like, first and foremost, you're not going to disrespect my sister. You know what I mean? And I wasn't on some, like, oh, yeah, telephone tough guy thing. I was on some real nigga shit. Like, hey, you ain't going to disrespect my sister. I ain't going to fight you. I ain't stupid, but I'll shoot your ass. Like, you ain't going to murder my sister,
Hey, you know what's crazy? Is 3 people DM'd me your comment and was like, "Oh, I love your brother."
Hey, 10 toes down on it.
I mean, in the DM, I asked him. I said, "What made you so upset? Was it because I said you ran over a pregnant woman, or because we said you fought a title fight after coming off a suspension? Neither are egregious." I think he just didn't like the edit of the video. Like I don't
Neither
know
are,
what it was.
none
Neither
of the
are.
things were lies.
Both were factual.
Cokehead, like those are his words.
Uh,
You know, there were no lies detected. We passed the Maury show. So why are you in your feelings, Jon Jones?
I thought that it was very telling because there was some like random accounts started seeing like John on the post, and this one guy was like, "Why is Jon Jones commenting on a page that has 87 likes? Shows how much of a loser he is." Like, no, really, like, why are you like that? Reel did not go crazy. Now, granted, if I wanted it to, I could have sent it. I could have sent screenshots of the conversations to bigger pages, and they could have been posted about. You see it all the time. Jon Jones talking about retiring, and Jon Jones is because he's always just randomly getting into it with people on Instagram. But like, that's not what I want that's not the type of energy and the type of people that I want to come or find the Scrap and Roll Instagram or even this podcast. Like, we're all about just vibes. We just here just to talk and chill. Nothing we said was even disrespectful. And even at that, why was he coming at me specifically? In that reel, I didn't say nothing about him. In that reel, Jace was the one saying I hate him. He's the number one athlete that I hate the most. Like Jace had all the smoke for him, and he just decided once again to attack the woman because that's what he's on.
Hey, like I said, people sense, an alpha. So Jon Jones probably just like, nah, I don't want that. He too much. You know what I mean? And I ain't mad at him. I'm that nigga. You know. But shout out to
CJ,
us.
CJ, what did you think when you seen them comments start coming through?
It was crazy though because one comment one time, you say a piece, whatever, and then he keeps going, he keeps going, he keeps going. And I told Mo, I was like, it's not like we Ariel Hawani. It's not like we're not like T-Ball Paul who has hella followers. We're not like Hey Jives who has 100,000 followers. We just be chilling, bro. And you comment back, Jace comment back. I woke up. I went to go use the bathroom. I was like, nigga, and it was like 4 hours ago. So that had to been like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, bro, you're still at it, talking back and forth to us. I'm like, it's like you got to have other things to do in your life right now. You wilding out, bro. At first it's cool. I wish you didn't jump out the window. I wish you would have been like, bro, if you got beef or you got something to say, come to the pod. That would have been hella dope. If you want to speak your piece, come to the pod and come talk to us. That would have been cool. But I was like, man, it's you keep going and going and going, and you're like, brother, you got to fight next month, and you tripping about us? Like, come
Uh,
on now.
I
You know
love it.
what? I left that part. I totally forgot. This started on a Friday evening and lasted till Sunday fucking morning. Jon Jones was still up, DMing me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Then the next day still had smoke. Then the next day was replying to other people. I'm like, what? Why are you still here? Like, I stopped responding to him. Like, dude, go away. Like, I thought I was gonna have to block Jon Jones for my little bitty page. Like, that's crazy.
And the
Yeah,
thing that's funny too, when bro kept asking, like, what do you do? What do you do? Only if he knew.
only if he knew. I was like, dude, if you don't go somewhere and leave me alone, don't worry. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
But here's what I will say before we go forward. I can't wait for this man to retire. So that we can be done with him. Another thing, well, this is actually the last thing. How come it can't be the good guys? How come
Yeah.
it couldn't be, a Mighty Mouse, a GSP, a Max Holloway, Steven Wonderboy? Like the good guys.
Moreno,
Yeah,
Valentina, we love you. Come to the
Valentino,
pod.
you know what I mean? You always gotta be that insecure
Jillian, we love
asshole.
you. Come to the pod, Jillian.
No, we don't.
Oh,
Hey,
wait. On that,
Your boy DM'd her.
I finally slid in the DMs. I finally sent the DMs. I sent the screenshot to Sky. I was like, yo, I talk about you in every podcast.
Don't make
Every
that weird face.
every podcast, Julian. Every. Come on the pod.
Oh my
Please.
gosh. Anyways, let's slide into a hot take.
Hot take. Hot take. Absolutely. And it's funny that you bring up Jon Jones because he is the subject of our first hot take today. Let me go ahead and just get it up. Pause.
Pause for real. That's what he
All
needed
right.
at 23.
Yeah. This is from at Snake and Needle on Instagram. She writes, "Is John's jo-" She writes, "Is Jon Jones' greatness tainted by the fact that he popped?"
For me personally, I'm always on the side of no steroids, so I'm always going with the guys who didn't pop for nothing. So for me, yes, it's tainted, but I understand that for majority of MMA fans, they feel like everybody's on it and they just didn't get caught. But for me, yes.
Casual.
Yeah, of course it is. It's always going to be a thing. It's like you take those fresh pair of Air Force Ones out the box. As soon as you walk out and they get a little scuff on them, it's dirty forever. No matter what happens. And yes, we know he's a legend. We know he's great and all of that, but that's still smut on your name. Like you're supposed to play the sport, do the sport, fight the fights clean, bro. That's what we want out of our fighters. We want to look back at you and be like, yo, DJ never did nothing. So why you doing it? You're that great. Why are you having to take enhancements? You know what I'm saying? So hell yeah, is it staying on his legacy?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point that you bring up. I love the imagery of those white Air Force Ones. You know, I'm an old school nigga. For me, it was the white K Swisses. You know,
Hey.
listen, growing up in Dago, you had them white K Swisses. You was that dude. You know, and then once they scuffed, they scuffed. It's over.
Yeah,
Hey, what
you
came
can't
first?
clean them. Yeah,
What came first, the K-Swiss or the Sauconys?
K Swiss.
Hey, the
yeah, case
Sauconys
was.
got us in a chokehold, though.
Maybe you're a little bit younger. For I think for me and CJ, it was the K Swiss.
No, I agree, and I had K-Swisses, but I'm just saying, like, I remember people was going crazy for Sauconys. We was poor, though. I didn't have any. I had
Speak for
no
yourself.
Sauconys. Hey, you're
I had
older than me. You was probably working.
I had K Swisses. I've never owned Sauconys in my life.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, um,
And
anyways, Mr. Cool
and well, of course I'm cool. I'm glad you finally acknowledge it. Thank you.
Do we want to hit another hot take or talk about this weekend's card
Well,
and what took place?
real fast, I would like to say my piece.
Oh yeah,
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah. Anderson Silva, I'll let you slide into third.
Shout out, shout out. For me, 100%. His legacy always is going to have the stain on it of being that you popped. And yes, you are the first person in life who I heard the term picogram from. You know what I mean? Every time I thought of pico growing up, it was the Mexican candy. CJ, you know what I'm
Hmm.
talking about. You know what I mean? But I don't care if it was picogram or 18 pounds of bullshit because it's bullshit. At the end of the day, you popped. Like you said, DJ never popped. DC never popped. They got their gold jackets, Volk, you know what I mean? You're dirty. And I think for me, I always specifically think about the Jon Jones fight after he came back clean against OSP and consistent, like the general consistency of all of us is that was the worst Jon Jones we've ever seen.
At that time.
Period. Like in the ring, that was the worst Jon Jones we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say as well, like no one here is like, oh my god, OSP is that dude ever.
Let me ask. If he doesn't fight Tom, if he in fact say he goes on, he beats Stipe and he retires, will that change how people talk about him going forward? We know where he stands now in a lot of people's minds, but like going forward, will the conversation change?
Yes,
Uh,
I think so. I'm sorry. I
you're
think
good.
so because already on TikTok, there's a lot of younger guys are coming back and they're already doing revisionist history about him, and they're already putting a lot of stipulations on the guys that he already fought. Oh, they were middleweights. They're already old. They're already this. They're already that. So I think if he does do that, it's going to be a bigger thing on his name where it's like, oh, he didn't even fight this guy, which I understand why he's not doing it. Like we talked about before, is like he's probably not afraid to fight Tom, but he definitely doesn't want that on his legacy to get knocked out, get submitted, get dominated, get TKO'd or whatever. He doesn't want that stain on his. He doesn't want one man to just beat him like that officially. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that we say officially, right? Like he lost. He broke the rules. He fucking lost.
No,
Right?
we
Just
talking
like
about
no.
No,
I'm just saying.
I mean, you know how
having a
people be like,
career.
oh, yeah, that part,
No,
that
I
part.
get what you're saying 100%. But whether it's Jon Jones himself, Dana White, right? Always like to say, oh, well, Jon Jones, you know, he lost. You know, no. He lost. He
He
broke
did.
the rules. You know, he was disqualified. He was lost. Just like y'all like to point out that Peter Yan lost. Like there was a rule breakage. You fucking broke the rules. You lost. There is no quotations. It's an L. Take it, swallow it, be done with it.
Dang, gotta take it and swallow. That's wild.
Hey, I don't
Um,
know, man. I don't mess with rookies.
Oh my God, disgusting. One thing I do want to say, and we won't hit it on this episode, but revisionist history is ruining sports, period. Like, I'm not even going to say MMA. I'm going to say sports, because when you do it to any sport and we start doing this era, that era, it just gets nasty. Like, when I seen people in the
Very.
comments talking about Tony, shout out to Tony, like, regardless of him, of anything, like, they start, like, looking at when he beat these guys, they was on a 2-fight winning streak, and when the
Yeah.
asteroid
Yep.
came and dropped down and this person ate a monkey, like, stop. They fought who was in front of them.
Yep.
And at that time, that they could have lost that fight. Every single time you go into a fight, you can lose. And when you start trying to diminish another person's career just to make another person's career look better, it's going to look crazy for everybody. Because anytime you start doing MMA math like that, you can apply it to your favorite fighter. Oh, well, Khabib barely beat this person, and that person did this, and this person. Just let it be. Like, these people fought at that time. They fought whoever was ranked, whoever was at that time, and they won. But don't try to diminish their legacy by being like, oh, their opponents is this, and that. It's silly.
Sounds good, but revision of history is what makes sports fun. In my opinion. Because, for example, we talk about someone like Wilt Chamberlain, you know what I mean, in basketball. And there was like, he was at the time, I think like 6'11". The average height in the league was 5'4", kind of like he was playing against plumbers and carpenters, right? There's an evolution in man, there's an evolution in people, right? Like, if I was playing basketball, taking me down.
Here we go.
I'm just saying. You throw me in the 50s, right? I'm looked at as an all-time great. They don't have the.
We don't know.
Hey, Bob Cousy Bob Cousy's cooking you.
Whoa! I know this.
Hell no, Bob Cousy's cooking you.
You take my almost godlike athletic ability
Hell
and throw it in
nah.
that time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm that dude. You know what I mean? I'm that dude.
Bob Cousy's cooking you.
I'm dunking on that nigga. Stop playing with me. Just because you never played basketball.
Stop it.
In my heyday, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Listen, but I think that that's also different, right? Because if you want to take Will, and first of all, we should have started the pod. Off. No. R.I.P. to Dikembe Mutombo. That's my guy. R.I.P. to Dikembe Mutombo. But
hold on. Before you go, hold on. Oh, Pete Rose also.
Yes.
And James Amos also.
Dang.
They come in threes. R.I.P.s.
Pete Rose died today?
Yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I know. Yeah. You just don't know. You just open up Instagram and just bad news.
At least they're old.
Well, but what I mean is that, like, specifically talking about MMA, it's like people start going over, like, looking at their opponents' records and being like, yeah, but I think I seen it. I can't remember which fighter I seen it on, but it just really annoyed me because it was just like, oh, they're really not that good because everybody they fought was coming off. Khalil, that's what they said about Khalil. They're like, oh, his opponents were coming off.
He's not that good.
Listen, the point being is that stop revising history. When that person went up against that person, it's kind of like the same thing they try to do with Bilal when he went up against Sean Brady. Sean Brady was going to stop him. Sean Brady was going to knock him out. Sean Brady was going to do X, Y, and Z. Sean Brady was undefeated. Bilal went inside there, got a TKO off on him. All of a sudden, after Sean Brady was no good. Who did Sean Brady fight? That's the same thing Jace tried to do with Arnold Allen against Max Holloway. All of a sudden, Arnold Allen wasn't that guy. Who did he fight? Listen, after somebody loses, then y'all start like coping and just
stop it. Do not act like you don't have blood on your hands. Stop fucking playing with us.
Who?
You.
From what?
Oh man, Rojas Jr. should sign this developmental deal. I mean, he can stay in the UFC, but he should be developmental. After he lost one time.
Yes. And it wasn't It was how he lost, and I still stood on it afterwards. I didn't say, "Oh no." And if they would have put him in a developmental deal, it still would have been good for him. I didn't say cut him. He's trash. He's washed up. He's never gonna be nothing. That's completely
Saying
different.
someone is in a developmental deal as a professional is literally the same thing as saying like, "Oh, you're not good enough to be here." That's the same. That's the same thing as saying you're not good enough to be here.
But that doesn't mean that somebody's trash, washed up. That's not me shitting on them. That's me saying you still have this contract secure, but let's go ahead and make sure that you're developed enough so that you don't get inside here with these dogs and get hurt. Shout out to
how's he doing since?
I was just about to say Sage.
Yeah.
How's he doing since?
He's won 2 fights.
Thank you.
And what is your point? I don't have a problem with Raul. I was on to Raul before you were. What are you talking about?
You were talking about, and you said after the fight that he should be downgraded the arena football, right? Because he lost one time. Right? Came back and has won his next 2 fights. He's 4-1 in the UFC. That's great. That's impressive. Why are you trying to send him to AAA baseball?
I was after the C-Rod loss. Once again, he was 18, a fresh 18 years old, and I said he needed to go to a developmental league because he was fucking 18. It wasn't like he was 25 years old in his grown man body. He got bodied by C-Rod. And I said, hey, it will really benefit him to go and get a developmental contract and be able to up his
skill set
to be able to distribute his cardio out, because that's what ended up happening. He gassed out and he didn't have a clear way of learning how to do that. I didn't say cut him. I didn't say he was trash, and I didn't talk about him badly. Saying somebody, you and I will never agree on this, but saying somebody needs to go to a developmental deal is not disrespectful.
Yes, it is.
It's not. Well, to you, it is.
I would say let's do a poll.
Okay.
I would say 98% of people would agree with me.
Okay.
But you can be part of the 2%.
The UFC has done it. Was that disrespectful to those fighters? No, because they still got the fight in the UFC.
So he's 4-1. He's doing great. Don't hear you calling anymore for him for being a developmental deal.
No.
Okay, cool. That's all I need to say. Keep the show moving.
Yeah, I still don't get your point. But let's take a look at this previous weekend's card in Paris, because it was
Bangers.
pretty damn good. It was pretty damn good. I mean, Paris pretty much won crowd of the year again this year. I don't know what happened to Brazil. I don't know what happened to Brazil. Cover your mouth, son.
Did y'all hear that? I'm sorry. I thought I turned my mic off. I apologize.
Oh, yeah. How did y'all feel about the card overall? Any fights y'all want to highlight?
Yeah, buddy.
There's a knockout I want to highlight. There's a knockout to highlight, that's for sure.
I enjoyed the card. I probably gave it like a 7.5. It was fun. In Paris, no matter what it is, I don't watch a lot of stuff that Paris do, but when WWE goes there, they're rocking. When the UFC goes there, they're rocking. That might be one of my goals is to go to Paris and PFL, rocking, and go watch a fight in Paris, because, man, the energy in there is always amazing.
Jace?
I knew it was going to be a great card. I said, hey, folks, tune in. There's going to be a lot of bangers. And people are out there just scrapping. People are out there, like, it was almost like an elevated, like, Dana White Contender Series. Like, people was out there fucking fighting. You know what I mean?
A lot of young guns.
Scraps. Yes.
Obviously, contender for knockout of the year, your boy Faiz Zaim over Matt Steamroller for whoa.
For Bola.
So much a steamroller.
That knee was disgusting. It was.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen something like that. He brought him down and he just crushed him. And I fuck with Steamroller a lot. I don't want to put people in a retirement home, but the last two, brother, you getting smoked like a pack of cools, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't fight nobody else from France. Because his last loss was
yeah. That scrub.
You didn't think the butcher was gonna come out here and lose to the French, did you? Hey man, shout out to Brian Battle, y'all. Listen, Brian Battle, not only did he walk out to because in Paris, okay. Hey, he
Whoa.
didn't have a metamorphosis, hasn't he? Like all of a sudden, like he got the blonde hair, he got the swag going on, he feeling himself. And I remember because CJ and I we watched that season of Tough with Volk and Ortega.
No, he
And
didn't. No, he
I
didn't.
thought no,
we
I said
watched
you.
we watched Connor and
Oh, Connor and Chandler. I
yeah.
watched Volk and them. Oh, I thought we did.
No,
Um.
that was before we even had the podcast.
Oh, okay. I was actually still watching it though.
Yeah,
Um.
I watched the shit.
Yeah. But Brian Battle was picked last. I didn't think he was gonna win when he was gonna have to go up against Trayshawn Gore in the finale,
Hmm.
but Trey had to pull out. I thought he was gonna lose that. Then he had to end up fighting Trayshawn Gore, got him up out of there, and like all of a sudden, I just went from like underestimating him because he kind of just seemed like kind of goofy, and it just didn't seem
Yep.
like he was that dude. And he just been putting it together, and that boy went out there. I thought it was just like a perfect from the walkout to the post fight. He was in his bag to the
What
to
did,
the finish.
what did y'all think of the promo?
Who did he call out?
Just overall, like
Oh,
his
I loved it.
overall.
I
Yeah.
love the throwing the birds. I love you thought the butcher. I miss him being called the Pooh Bear, but okay. You thought the butcher was gonna come out here and lose to the French, you know?
He said you thought I'm gonna lose a fist fight to a Frenchman? Yeah,
Ain't
Hey,
no
he
did
way.
was turned up.
did y'all hear that rumor that he got fined 250K?
That was
Oh
actually
yeah,
a troll account.
I seen
Ah,
that. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
bro, he don't even make 250, so he
yeah.
about to be in the restaurants washing dishes or something because he ain't gonna be able
uh,
to pay that.
he about to never ever go to France again. Like y'all niggas gotta find me. Y'all gonna have
Nah,
to
Yeah,
find
for
you better
real.
me.
hit up Uncle Dana. You better tell Daddy Dana cut the check.
Yeah, you better
Uh,
pay that. For real though. Nah,
He
but he
get
did his thing for sure, man. Came out with the chains on. I'm like, yeah, he turned up. He
yeah.
elevated. He like a Pokemon right now. He just
oh yeah.
Hey.
evolved. For real. Yeah, that was what about your girl Eileen Perez though?
Hey, she a wild girl.
Shit.
Hey, Eileen's a wild girl. She went out there and pulled the patty. As soon as the
Hmm.
fight was over, jumping like it's hot, jumping like it's hot. Um, she went out there and did what she had to do. Got the submission in the first round. I thought that Brito won. I did think that Joe Anderson Brito won.
Ah,
You didn't think so?
no.
Okay. I went 0 for 3. I got cooked. And coming off of the week before that, or for the pay per view, going 1 for 4, I am in my feelings. So it is what it is. Let's get to the main event because that's what was just absolutely nasty. Moicano taking on BSD for once. Actually, as I was watching it, I was actually happy because I needed Moicano to fucking do something with the top position. Because any other time he was just laying and praying. Finally, he almost killed that man in there.
Oof. If he dies, he dies.
So let me ask you this: were y'all more shocked at uh, Money's performance or BSD lack of?
Money's performance.
Mm.
Because I mean, it's one thing to get taken down, but like once you eat elbows like that, and you getting hit like that, like I expect your performance to take a nick. He did actually come back and win the second round, but that's because Moicano's. Did you see his shoulder?
Yeah.
Ooh,
That thing was flying. Looked like he had wings.
it was wild.
Yeah.
CJ, you got some thoughts?
I think I'm a little bit of both, right? I've never seen Moicano look that damn good, right? I always know he can grapple, but like it was straight punishment from the top game from Moicano from Money. It was nasty. Like the elbows, I love seeing elbows down from the mounted position, bro. I love that shit. But BSD just looked lost, and I've been on a slander BSD sucks campaign just on some hater shit. Because if everybody else can be on some weirdo shit, I'm gonna be on some weirdo shit too. He fucking sucks. Um, he came back. He sucks, bro. His last 2 fights, he needs a development deal, bro. Because get him up out of
Stop
here.
it. Stop it.
Feed him French fries and get him out of here, bro. He sucks. He did come back and win the second round, but the round was still close. It was like 15-21 in striking. And if it went the next round, I think Money was finna just obliterate this dude. But man, shout out. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Man, it sucked that Money didn't get a bonus. And he didn't move
Crazy.
nowhere. He didn't move nowhere in the rankings either. So bro
Let's
said,
talk about it.
I want a bonus and I want to move up in the rankings. Nothing happened. Watch out for that.
Hey, let's
Hey,
talk about that for a second here. Real shit. Sky, can you bring up the UFC specifically light heavyweight or lightweight rankings?
yes, sir.
Because that's
Here we go.
wild.
Yeah. I
Here we
feel kind
go.
of bad for him for that, man.
Like how is BSD on the spot behind him? Like one spot behind him. That makes zero sense to me.
Well,
Listen,
it was 11 and 12 going at it. That's why I kind of, when that happens, I'd be like, man, what's the point of it? Where are you guys going to bounce to?
listen. Until, and y'all know I'm a Max Holloway homer. Until Max Holloway is ranked number 3, I don't give a fuck what's happened in that lightweight. Because Justin Gaethje, who got beat twice by Max, according to Dana White, why is Max at 10 and Justin Gaethje is at 3?
At 3.
I
That's
don't
what
give a fuck about Money Moicano.
Dana said that too. He was like, how you have Max, because Max fell down one. So
Yeah,
he was like, how you have Max at 10 and he beat the number 3? Hey, man, jump his ass up. And then Fizzy hasn't fought since how long? And he's still right there.
yeah.
Well,
At
that's
least
not the
bump
one.
Money.
I mean, the one for me is like Benil Darush. Like, when's the last time he was won?
Wait a minute.
Because
That
he
might
got
be true
back to
too.
back losses.
And they got Gamrod sitting at 8.
Well, I'm fine with Gamrot at 8. You know,
They got Dan Hooker at 5.
Dan Hooker's at 5. He been at 5 though.
But they got Dan Hooker
Money
at 5
Mancado is
and
so
Max
funny.
Holloway at 10. Come on,
Money
man.
Mancado is so funny. He's like, how the fuck is Hooker at 5? What's going on in the world? Give me this
They
easy
put Michael
fight.
Chandler back in at 6.
That's another one. That motherfucker got to go. Get off the spot. It's been 2 years, bro. Get off the spot.
I love the fact Mancado is like, no, I don't want to fight anyone hard. Give me Patty. I make the same amount of money regardless. Give me the easiest fight possible. Mancado fucking destroys Patty. Holy
Absolutely.
shit.
Yeah, I
Patty
agree.
does not want that smoke. He beats the shit out of him.
Who does Patty need to beat to get the fans' respect?
A legitimate top 10 fighter? Or I guess
Okay,
in this case,
so
top 12?
Rafael Faziev,
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. I'm
Gamrot,
impressed. Yes.
Yes.
Dos Anjos.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Because Patty's what, at 12?
He's at
What's
15
Patty at?
now.
Oh, he's at 15.
Yeah. What about Jalen Turner?
Yes.
No.
Because Jalen's at what?
14.
Jalen Turner's just not that
Nah,
good.
yeah.
I
He
don't care
beats
what his rankings
BSD.
are.
He beats sorry ass BSD.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, which Jalen Turner is going to show up? The one who tried to get a knockoff and then getting fucking choked unconscious? That one?
Oh,
Which BSD is gonna show up? The one with no eyes, or the one that
Hey,
got knocked out the fight before?
fair question. That's a fair question.
let's quickly get into this weekend's card. UFC 307 taking place in
Hold on, hold on,
Headshot
hold on.
City. Don't call it Salt Lake. It's Headshot City because we had Leon Edwards with the headshot dead. Then we had Justin Gaethje with the headshot dead. And now, I don't know, can tradition reign true? Can the main event end up ending in a headshot? That would be
Hold on.
incredible.
Before we get into this, because it kind of ties in, we do have another hot take, and I want to make
Run
sure
it.
we get to it. And it kind of plays into it. Let me get it. All right. The hot take is from at Photos by Kellen on Instagram,
Ah,
who asked us, who is the most feared fighter in MMA history?
Dang.
And
Well,
remember,
if Jon
that's
Jones
not
walks
that's
into
not
a room,
We're not talking about the best. We're not talking about who's the best fighter ever. We're talking about who's the most feared fighter in MMA history.
Dang.
See
Feared by
those?
other fighters is what we're assuming.
They're not in front of me. I would just imagine just the most feared fighter. However you
Like
want to
to
quantify it.
like like to me, there's not too many people where I looked at him and be like, man, that's just like a scary looking dude. But when I was like coming up watching fights, every time I seen Vanderlei Silva, I was like, bro, this motherfucker is a crazy looking dude. The way he used to fight, like, he's not the biggest dude, but he used to swing and bang. Just me personally, he always had something in my heart where I was like, man, I'm a little shook about this dude, man. He ain't got all his rockers there to me personally.
Yeah.
And
I think that's
especially the way he did my boy Rampage too, kneeing this motherfucker through the ropes. I was like, oh hell, now he really is that guy too. Fuck.
Vanderlei was one of the most feared fighters in history. I mean,
Oh my
still,
god.
I mean, I don't know. And CJ, I don't know if Scott you can speak to. I know CJ. I mean, what is a better stare off, Alex and fucking Yuri or fucking Krokoff and Vanderlei?
And Ben, oh my god.
Prokar Vanderlei. Yes. It's the original.
It literally looked like Michael Myers looking at Jason or something like that. Like no souls in between both of them.
And they were just in the middle of the octagon, just like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
ref is like, all right. They like,
All right, yeah.
I'm not done
uh,
yet.
yeah.
Sky, who do you got? Most feared fighter in MMA history?
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry, CJ. Your final answer was the axe
I'm
murderer.
gonna yeah, I'm gonna go with Vanderlei for me personally.
Copy that.
um, I don't know. You go. Let me think about it a little bit.
Well, I don't want to go and influence you.
What? Go ahead.
I got what's in my mind.
I know. So just go.
I mean, so Vanderlei definitely popped into my mind. I'm not gonna cap for sure. I was thinking that Crow Cop was feared for such a long time. Shit, Hoist Gracie, right? People were like, he changed the game. He made people learn fucking the ground game because people were fear that he was just gonna choke them out. You know what I mean? I don't know if many now fighters. I think Pereira strikes fear in people. I
Yeah.
think people fear Pereira because they're just like, again, on tape you go, okay, he's kind of slow. He moves very stiff, but when he touches people, right, like holy shit, right? Even like a Francis Ngannou, right? Like Francis is feared. His power is feared. But for me, at the end of the day, I would say the most feared fighter in MMA history is the one and the only Cyborg. Cyborg is the most feared fighter in MMA history. No one wanted to fight that girl. No girl quotation marks, right? According to Uncle Dana. Nobody wanted that smoke for the longest of time because she just seemed like impossible. You can't. You know what I mean? So for me, it's 100% Cyborg.
Jace, you know what's funny is as we were going off, I was trying to decide. I was like, I think I want to say Cyborg just to like say some random off the wall shit that nobody would expect me to say. But I'm not gonna say Cyborg, but
Hold on. So is Vanderlei and Cyborg like just the same person or not?
Shout out to
uh,
Dana. She was
and
like,
we never seen them in the same place at the same time, y'all.
oh my gosh. Shout out if y'all
Damn.
haven't already. I have to make this a clip of Dana White being like, I said that Cyborg looks like Vanderlei Silva in a dress. Does she not? Are
Crazy.
you gonna tell me she doesn't? Oh, Dana's a wild boy,
Some
y'all.
straight like Trump shit, being like, oh well, they're eating the cats in Ohio. You know what I mean? Like, wait, what? Or
Eating the
Michelle
cat.
Obama is a man, like whatever weird goofy stuff that people be saying sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh God, what a moment. I think I'm going to go with I'm gonna represent the newer fan base. I do want to honorable mention. No. I think I'm gonna represent the newer fan base. First thing that popped into my mind was Francis, because the Predator. I mean, the man was killing people until he ran into Stipe, and up until that point, like he was looking pretty scary. But yeah, I think for the newer fan base, I'm gonna go with Alex.
Alex
Yeah.
Pereira,
Yeah,
Boatan.
yeah. I mean, it's scary what he's doing. You know that it's a left. You know it's coming. It's a left hook. You're like, okay, I know how to handle this, and then you don't, and then you're asleep.
You know what's
And
coming.
his persona. And I think Alex is a great example of how you can adopt a personality and it still be respectful, and you can still have fans, and you can still get the love. You don't have to become Kobe Covington.
What do you mean?
Kobe
A
Covington is
bum.
a trash human being.
Bit harsh?
No, it's not. But let's take a look at this weekend's card. UFC 307. We are here, and I do actually wish that the Aljamain Sterling and Imavov fight was still on here, even though it wasn't gonna be.
Evaloyas.
Yes,
That's
sorry,
the
I
other
never
nigga.
say his name right. But I do wish that it was, even though like it wasn't going to be the most entertaining on paper. I still want to see it. I just want to see Aljo at 145 against another grappler wrestler. But the card is still like from bottom to the top. Like I still really like it. You know, we got Tim Means, we got the Dirty Bird on there, we got Ryan Spann taking on OSP. Go ahead, Jace. Jace can't stand Ryan Spann.
He's just how? I mean, how can you bring up his record real fast? Like, how is he still in
No.
the UFC? It's a
Carla
serious
Suarez
question.
is on the card, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
It's her
God!
last fight. It's her
Ooh,
retirement fight.
ooh!
And
I'm
she's
gonna be so
taking on
sad.
Tisha Torres, but she's now changed her name to Tisha Pennington.
Hey, somebody in my live today was like, if Tisa Torres is fighting and Raquel Pennington is fighting, who the hell watching the baby?
Ah! No, for real. Hey, you know what? Shout out to Tisha. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, after having babies, like these women that's coming back after fighting, they different. Mackenzie Dern came back. I want to say after 5 months of giving
Wow.
birth. After having a baby, what happens to your body? Just like how you just feel, like to be able to bounce back like that is crazy. So shout out to them women, going out there getting it in. But I mean, we're starting off. We know Court McGee, we know Tim Means, we know Carla, we know Tisha, we know Ryan, we know OSP. That's how the early prelims is popping off. You know what I mean? Ihor Pateria, anytime we see him, is fuck him forever for what he did to Shogun in Brazil
It's
on
always
his
on.
final night.
It's always on.
I
I'm
don't even know how
always
he's
rooting
still
against that
fighting. I
nigga.
thought that he lost all his fights. Like when did he last
Yeah,
win?
he got smoked his last fight.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
rooting
yeah,
against that
Michelle
nigga
got him out of there.
every time. I'm rooting against that nigga.
God, he only won one fight. Why is he still here? Two fights. Oh yeah, the stupid ass Shogun fight. Like that's it. Like get him out of here. Nobody wants to see him. They need to
Agreed.
get him out of here, just like they got I can't remember his name, but I know his nickname was the Pleasure Man. He should have never
Oh
got
yeah. I know you're talking. I forget his
that
name.
dude
I know
thought
you're
he
talking
was
about.
fucking cool. Austin Hubbard taking on Alexander Hernandez. Marina Rodriguez taking on. Oh, I didn't know that Yasmin Lucindo was on here. She be
Mm-hmm.
banging. Your
Yep.
boy Stephen Wonderboy taking on Buckley, Jace's
Who
guy.
Cannot
who you
wait.
got in? Who you got in that one, Jace?
Oh, Stephen Wonderboy, you don't strike with a striker.
You think he finna strike on him?
He better not read that Kevin Holland playbook
Kevin Holland. Speaking
or
of
do my
Kevin, he's
black
coming on
cancun.
right after that, taking on
Yep.
Roman Dolidze. And then after that, Ketlin Vera taking on Kayla Harrison. Jose Aldo back in the building taking on Mario Batista.
Ooh, scared for that one.
Oh, really? Okay, we're going to get to that. Raquel Pennington taking on Juliana Pena. And Alex Pereira taking on Khalil Rountree Jr. I mean, the card is nice. This is a nice card, y'all.
Heck
Like,
yeah.
it's solid from the bottom to the top. I will be watching the whole thing. But let's go over our main card picks.
Let's do it.
What matters? Kevin Holland taking on Roman Dolidze.
Y'all know I go against Kevin Holland no matter fucking what. Wait. Let's do the featured prelim.
Okay.
I know we don't normally do that, but I think that that's such a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be on the main card anyway.
It makes no sense.
They
Who would
should
y'all kick
switch.
off,
They
Kayla?
should switch. They should no. They should switch Kevin and Roman and put Wonder Boy and Buckley there.
Yeah, especially because
100%.
Kevin just wants to be a journeyman, according to him.
Yeah,
According to him,
good
he's a
for him.
journeyman.
It's great to know your aspirations in life. You can suck it slow.
Uh,
If it's your first time on the podcast, Kevin Holland's a enemy of the podcast. We hope for him to lose every single time.
every time. But you know what? At least Kevin had enough life to like speak his piece on the page. I think he replied back one more time after that, and then like it was done. It was over. Like he ain't like John, just got 2 days worth of. That's nuts.
that's
Yeah, but he
crazy.
also did get a video of ours taken down.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm going Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy.
I want Buckley to win. I
What?
will say that I want Buckley to win.
Blasphemous.
I'm rooting for Buckley. I just feel like until Steven Wonderboy shows me that he's not out striking people, I can't go against him.
I got Buckley.
Let's go. Another
I got
viral
Buckley.
knockout. That would be crazy. Ooh, Jace would be in his feelings. Wonderboy get knocked the fuck out. Ooh.
Jace don't like being in his feelings.
I want to see that. Roman Dolidze taking on Kevin Holland. We know who CJ got.
You know who
No,
I
no,
got?
no. I got Roman.
What?
Yeah, I got Roman.
Hey, this might be like a first or a second, y'all. CJ always going for
You
his
know the
brother.
thing is, I always pick the black fighters and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like if you ain't gonna give 100% max effort in anything you do, then
Right.
is you really about that shit? So
Yeah.
Roman Dolidze probably gonna come and win 2-1, something like that. And then the round that Kevin win is probably gonna be like a close ass round, like 15-13 strike differential. So yeah, I
Roman's
got Roman
about to go in
Dolidze.
there and hump him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dry hump for
Maybe
the
even
win.
maybe even submit his ass.
Right. But I wouldn't be mad if Kevin get the win.
I
Like
would be.
Kayla Harrison taking on Ketlin Vera.
Caitlin Harris by absolutely fucking destruction.
Kayla.
I got Kayla probably by a submission.
Yep. Jose Aldo, Mario Batista.
CJ?
90% of the time, I'm gonna be picking Aldo, so I'm gonna continue to go with Aldo. And if he wins, bro's on some generational shit, like retire, come back and beat a top fucking fighter, and then come back again and beat another young gun coming up. That's Jose Aldo's different if he can do that.
What you got, Sky?
I'm going Jose as well because I still feel like Mario Batista lost to Kendrick Lamar, aka
Black Shear.
Black Shear.
I will be rooting for Jose Aldo. I hope he wins this fight. I'm going to put my money on Batista on the parlay.
Ooh, okay.
I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Pena versus Raquel.
Jace.
Y'all already know I rock with Juliana Pena. She is one of the few female fighters who actually gets me, you ready for this? Excited.
Oh no, freaky boy.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I seen Pena in person. She looks good in person.
Recently?
What you mean recently?
Damn.
Oh, not
Damn.
disrespectful. I don't know if you meant like
Damn.
you seen her like you seen her like training, like she got big arms or something like that.
It wasn't last year, but it was a year before at the MMA awards. She was there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we
She
met
was
Julie
up.
last year too. She was super nice.
Yeah, but no,
Some
like
of the best teeth I've ever seen.
Yeah, at the awards, her teeth, but she was like dressed up from head to toe,
Yeah.
like she was there to win. Like she came in, she didn't look like Vanderlei Silva in a dress. Shout out to Dana.
Dead.
But who y'all rocking with?
I got Julie. I think she's just a little bit more scrappy than Raquel.
Yeah.
Rocky a little slow. She don't be listening to her coaches.
I'm going Julie too. just because I don't want to see Raquel Pennington fight ever again.
And it's crazy because they were teammates on Tough too. They
Yeah.
roomed with each other and everything. So
Yeah,
yeah.
they've had issues ever since then. Um so Jace, you go opinion all three of us?
Hell yeah, I'm going opinion.
Yo, this is
Because it
crazy.
sets up like so much more exciting to see. I mean, the rumblings that Amanda might come back, or even to see Pena talk her shit against Kayla. You know what I mean? Like either or.
I need that. Yeah, that'll be fire. And then the main event. The main event. Your boy,
Are you ready?
Alex Pereira taking on Khalil Rountree.
Who you got, Sky?
You know, a part of me that upset that we talked about last time is like twinkle twinkle little star. It's like it's in the back of my head. But as much as I want to go for Khalil, and I am rooting for him, just because I like, a spoiler, I'm gonna go Alex.
I'm gonna remember that same energy the next time Max fight that you like spoilers.
Listen, there's no fighter that is Max Holloway for me. And so, actually, the spoiler would be Max winning. And
I was just
yeah,
about to say that. Wouldn't he be the spoiler?
Would he
he's the
be?
underdog, and he's being
Yeah.
doubted. Yeah,
Man, you should see how people are talking about that fight, bro.
listen, I'm
Woo-wee.
sick of these motherfuckers. I'm so sick of y'all. I can't wait.
Who you got, CJ?
So I'm gonna preference a little bit. I just watched Khalil on the Mighty podcast, and bro seemed hella chill. He sounded like somebody I can chill with, and he's cool. But the thing is, I think all this stuff leading up to the fight, like being in the championship fights, comes with a lot. All the interviews, all the press, all the things that you have to do, the pictures. I don't think he's ready for all of that. All the bright lights. And we see how people get in there when they get in there with Pereira. People are like, bro, you better go clinch this dude. You better try to wrestle him, take him down, make it an ugly fight. And bro's like, hell no, I'm finna scrap with him. And I'm like, that ain't the best bet, bro.
Sounds good.
I yeah, it sounds good till I don't. Um, I am rooting for Khalil. I want the upset so bad, but I'm not really a Khalil fan like that either. So I don't have a lot of faith in him. I think the lights are gonna be way too bright. So I'm gonna go with Pajeda with the second round knockout.
Wait a second, y'all. You saying that you want the upset?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
the upset was terrible for the
Why?
upset. It's just bad for the sport. Like Alex is so good for the sport right now, right? Like he's just obviously, or not obviously, like arguably, like the hottest thing in MMA. You know what I mean? Like he's just such a big deal, such an attraction, such a star. You know what I mean? So for me, like I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like I don't see why you'd want him to win.
Well,
That
because
don't have nothing to do with me. That don't I then these
yeah.
niggas don't pay me. Like I don't care. I want the people who I want to win. Like
Fair.
what does that have to do
I
with
mean, the
everything?
reason why I like the upset is because of everything you just said about Alex. So then when
Uh
you're
huh.
that big and you're
Pause.
doing
You get
so
the
Pause.
well,
you
pause for real. But
Hey,
like
another pause. You get the rub.
exactly. And then somebody who, isn't as well known and so on and
hmm
so forth is able to come through and get the win off of somebody who hasn't been able to beat him except for Izzy. You know what I mean? So like if Khalil's able to break through, especially if he's able to like to knock him out, that would be insane because of how big fast forward Alex is. One thing I want to say, I wanted to call the upset. Same thing CJ said. I wanted to call the upset, but then when I kept listening to Khalil talk about he's not going to wrestle, the statistic came out that he's never Khalil Rountree has
Shot a
never
takedown.
shot a takedown in UFC history. Like you really are gonna go inside here and bang with this boy, and that's just not the path to victory unless you're
Mm-mm.
Izzy, which once again makes Izzy's victory over him and the knockout over him age so much better because no one's been able to solve the Alex
Puzzle.
puzzle.
And I think what Khalil, he got to remember is this ain't kickboxing, this ain't Muay Thai, this is an MMA fight, man. You got
Yeah.
to use all the tools to your discretion, but he really don't have all of that. He is a Muay Thai fighter. He fights just like a Muay, and that's the thing that's scaring me about him. Like he don't really fight with no bounce. He's not in and out. He's really heavy on his feet, so he's probably about to get. leg kick to hell. He's gonna try to close the distance, and it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad.
Bad,
Yeah.
bad.
But one thing about Khalil though is he is a very, very, very violent fighter.
Yes.
He hits hard, he kicks hard. So, it's an interesting fight, but I'm not high on Khalil, honestly.
Hmm. I think
Jace.
that's fair. Yeah, so I did find this out about Khalil that I didn't know is that your boy Khalil was a lead singer of a metalcore band. I
Yes.
saw the
Yep.
reel about it. I was like, okay, shit, y'all speaking to my heart. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be dramatic today. I know sometimes I can be a little dramatic and like to, pump up who the fuck is going to win the fight. Um, at the end of the day, your boy Khalil Rountree, you know what I'm saying, is about to get knocked the fuck out. Poetan reigns again, exactly what we want, setting up that hype, that talk of maybe Poetan fighting, a Jones, a Tom, something like that. So yeah, for me, I got Poetan for the dub.
What round?
First round KO.
First round.
Dang.
Yeah, I think Khalil's going to try to come in there high horsed, catch that leg kick, or catch that leg kick, get that leg kick, and go, oh shit.
So all three of us agreed on every fight except for Jose Aldo.
That's sounds like a recipe for terrorism. Sounds like there's going to be upset. I mean, it is Salt Lake City, man. We know weird shit happened in Salt Lake
Weird
City.
shit happens. Yep.
Oh God.
Like best case scenario or base. Oh wow, I cannot speak tonight. This is nuts. Is that like Pena is able to get Raquel out of there quickly by like the second round, so we won't have to spend 25 minutes of watching Pennington try to hold her up against the cage. Actually, Raquel Pennington fights just like Colby Covington. The
Sorry.
Stop it.
exact same style. Holy shit.
Stop it. Stop
Are
it.
you
Sorry.
kidding me? That is exactly how Colby fights, pressing you up against the cage and little rabbit punches.
I need
Sorry.
you to throw some respect on Kobe's name. Stop playing with
Am I
me.
lying? You've never even
Did
watched a
hold on.
Raquel Pennington fight, so you
Hold
don't
on,
even know.
Sky. Sky, did he win his last fight though?
Did he win? Hey, why Jace? Hey, on last week's episode, CJ, Jace sat up here and said he doesn't ever remember making the statement. Did he win? Did he win?
I seen that shit.
Just don't know. I feel like it's
I
just
seen
been
that.
a phenomenon that's just taken over the show.
That's
It's funny. It's funny when you were saying that earlier about Tony and how people have revisionist history. I was gonna say it all comes down. You can put this person fighting this person at the end of the day, but did he win though?
did he win?
Did he win though? We need
That's
that on the shirt.
we did.
we need that
But
on
did
the
he
shirt.
win?
With
But did
with
he
a
win?
picture of my face.
Ah, hell no. Zero sales. Zero sales.
There are already
Oh.
numerous shirts out there with my face on it. Thank you.
Yeah. Did your mom create them?
No, I did. Thank you. Yes, I'm the guy who walks around with a picture of himself on shirts and sweaters. That's 100% accurate.
That's crazy.
Is it?
Very, very diabolical.
I'm that nigga. I don't know what y'all want me to say. You know what I
Crazy
mean?
work. Um, anything else from this card that you guys like are looking forward to seeing?
Out of 10, what is your excitement level?
I'm at a
Um,
solid 7.8.
Okay.
I'm
for
excited.
for
I'm
me,
right. I'm there.
for me, I would say probably like 8.9.
Wow.
I think on paper this card is just fucking stacked.
It
On
is.
on paper, this card is crazy.
It
There's
definitely.
a lot of candidates. Like when is the last time Pereira's not been in a fucking fight of the night kind of thing, or got a performance bonus of some sort? You know what I mean?
And I know I'm not the biggest Pajeda fan or whatever, but shout out to him. Like continued on the fight a lot. This is what his third fight this year, and he's willing to just continue to fight and fight and fight. So that's the kind of champ you want around.
Yep. But you want to know what we've seen from champs like that?
They burn out quick.
They burn out. When they burn out, it's tragic. Shout out to Israel Adesanya.
Mm.
Shout out to Kamaru Usman. Shout out to Alexander Volkanovski. Recent champions that were active, fighting 3 times a year. And when they crash out, it's crazy.
They
Like
crash
Israel
out.
Adesanya is not in the pound
The
for pound
tops.
ranking.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be.
Jace, exclude yourself from the conversation. Like that's just crazy for him to be so. We know his skill set, right? But for him now not to be in the top 15 pound of pounds, it's crazy. Like just to see, the fall from grace. I appreciate you actually listening for once.
Overrated. Overrated.
Revisionist history. Mans has the second longest win champion defense in middleweight history. Got your man up out of there and impregnated him, but whatever.
Who's the champ?
Drinkish.
Oh, here we go. Here
There
we
you
go.
go. There you go. Who won? What does it say next to his name? Is that a W?
Got that C. Got that C next to his name. You heard?
One thing, real quick, before we get up out of here. Episode 100 is going to be October 22nd. Yes, we film on
Oh man,
nights.
that's coming soon. Coming
Yes,
soon.
coming soon. That's also the week of the Blessed One. Yes, as you see, CJ got the shirt on. Blessed One. Next Blessed Halloween.
Mandatory.
Hit him with the big news, Sky. Tell him the big news, what we have planned for everyone regarding 100th episode.
I don't know if you guys have seen the Bill O'Reilly meme, but fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. On the 22nd, we're going to go live, you guys. We are going to come here live. Y'all make sure y'all pop out in the comments. We film at 7 p.m. Pacific time, the best time, aka 10 p.m. Eastern time. Y'all mark it on your calendars now. You got 21 days, to come here on Tuesday and rock out with us on our 100th episode.
Ooh.
Or if you're watching this, go ahead, CJ.
Are we gonna be able to let guests come on and all that too, or no?
We could rock out like that. We could let people come on
That's
and
what.
hop off, not stay on, but like
Yeah,
come on and rock off. Yeah.
yeah. That's because I was gonna be like, yo, I wanted to see if T-Ball Paul wanted to pull up for a little bit, like the little past guest that we had. Come on,
Yeah.
that'd be hella cool, like a little baby party.
Yeah.
and
Zombie
just
J.
and just so we're clear, we'll be live on YouTube.
Yeah.
You'll be able to comment live during the show. We'll be live on YouTube. Are we going to be live on TikTok as well?
Yeah, I can go live on TikTok.
We'll be live on TikTok. We'll be live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can do a little side TikTok
We'll be
too on my page.
live on YouTube. We'll have all of our phones open, and we'll kind of just have a celebration of the pod, celebration of myself, I guess the other people as well. But remember, that's going to be October 21st, right, Scott?
22nd.
October 22nd. So you still got a few weeks away.
Yep. And we will be reminding y'all every week. But until then, we will be back next week as usual. We are out. Peace.
Peace.